There's a new report in the Lancet showing us an obesity surge in the U.S. I sat down with Dr. Chae from the Denver Center for Weight Loss and Bariatric Surgery to learn more about what this latest data means. Let's talk first about this new study. What is the study telling us? Because it's not just a difference in numbers, but how we get to the determination of obesity, right?
Yes, this is a powerful, impactful study from Harvard, studying well over 300,000 patients in the United States in the era of use of GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic. Unfortunately, it's bad news for the country in that using the traditional methods of body mass index, the obesity rate increased from 40% prevalence of American adults to jumped up to 70% using new parameters such as...
Before you tell me the new parameters, sorry to interrupt you. BMI, everybody knows about BMI. It's a combination of a couple factors, right?
That's
like
correct.
Your height, your weight.
That's correct.
But that was the only way we were measuring obesity, truly?
In general, it was a good rule of thumb measurement to use to categorize obesity versus non-obesity, but unfortunately, it underestimated the actual prevalence of the disease. And obesity is a disease. And now using waist circumference, for example, it went up to 70% of obesity prevalence in American adults. 7 out of 10 of us are now in obese category. And it's, by the way, Jennifer, it's not just about weight. It's about driving up diseases like diabetes, heart attack, stroke, and things like breast cancer. They go up with obesity.
Tell me more about this new measurement criteria, body circumference. I'm guessing that's pretty self-explanatory, right?
What you do is you measure your waistline, the biggest girth around your waist. And the key is to stay under 35 inches for the American adult woman and 40 inches for the American adult male. And now that's a rough guess, rough estimate rather. And if you're above that, then you do need to see your doctor to look at possible potential therapies like medications like GLP-1 drugs or even surgery.
Okay. Does this surprise you, what we found? And also for those who work in the weight loss space already or weight management, you probably already knew this, right? We just weren't quantifying it that way.
Yes, Jennifer, you're right on. Clinically, we were noticing disease that we really didn't see until the elderly years in younger patients, such as age 30s and 40s. And obesity was driving factor here. We did notice that even though the body mass index was normal, people were still suffering obesity and heart disease. And this study just confirms our suspicion.
Interesting. Okay, so you mentioned already the treatments. The GLP-1 drugs are so popular. We were talking about some of these companies competing over the ability to create and sell them. That is huge. That is one, but there are other treatments too. What are some of the things you talk about with your patients now? And it probably depends on the patient.
Oh, absolutely. So we don't immediately jump to medications and surgery. Surgery is a backup. But also, we need to look from the beginning of how this disease process brings out the obesity in our population. It has to do with genetics and environment. It's not blame, there's no blame or shame here. It's not about personal failure or some kind of a moral defect. It is about disease that gets activated, playing with environment. Our environment includes convenient foods, which tends to be high in calories, and lack of physical activity, which our job entails every day. So with a combination of that and stress on top of that, with lack of sleep, it just promotes the obesity prevalence we're seeing in the